think that's what it is, and I think we're in a society that makes us believe, and when I say us, obviously I mean very broadly generic, we're taught to believe that there is always more.
And you are more.
And not only that, there is only more, you need to get more. Whereas the more is us.
It would make sense. No, it makes sense that you say what you say. And the reason why it does make sense because of what I was speaking about earlier on, about, birthdays and celebrating birthdays and stuff, right? It's a curse within the sense of you celebrate your full sense of self, right? And that's the idea of I want, I need, I must have, I must feel, right? You make a habit of celebrating this thing every year and you fulfill it with your wants and your needs and your desires and stuff. When we speak about how, but you're more. But on this day every year, you celebrate this thing that limits you to an idea. Just an idea, by the way. Just an idea. The full sense of
And
self.
the celebration is about getting old.
And the celebration is just about getting old and falling into that trap of what people are scared of the most, which is
old and dying.
Death. But in reality, you celebrate death every year without fail because it makes you feel good. Because you celebrate the corporation, you celebrate the full sense of self, which isn't real. But this is the thing that you celebrate happily every year. And then don't seem to understand why you are miserable. Because you celebrate death every year.
Never thought about it like that.
And ultimately, in the end, what happens? You curse yourself, you get old. That's what you say, because that's a concept too.
Old, yeah.
That's not real. Think about it, right? That which gets grey, it can easily be mistaken for silver. Why grey? You attach grey to old.
Yeah.
Right? But
Not
silver.
Silver isn't it like an achievement?
Right.
Silver is a good thing, and grey is like and even when you think, oh, it's a grey day, it's usually gloomy.
Right.
But silver is up there.
And we also know through certain people who are wise, they'll tell you that grey is silver, and you get wiser as you get on. Do you get what I mean?
But in saying that, I do actually think when it comes to people, especially hair, there is a difference. Like, because I've looked at some people, I'm like, you're great. Then I've looked at others and I'm like, you've got silver hair. Like, to the point where it's, I can't say the look on them, but when you can see, some people are great from early, from young. And then, like, I've got an aunt, her hair is silver. Like, there's nothing about it, even my land, it's silver. It's not to the point where it looks like the colour people go and dye their hair, And then you've got people where it's grey when they look grey, if that makes sense. Irrespective of their colour, like, you look at them and you think, Jesus, you had a hard life, you look stressed, you've got this, you've got that. And I feel like, when they say your hair is connected to you, and like when you're sick, your hair can thin, it can fall out, all those things. I think that's also the thing with the colour. Like, your hair loses it. It loses its colour, it loses its life. Kind of say, depending on how you are.
Think about it. Who actually, naturally, organically, with a healthy perspective, goes grey?
That's my point.
And gets old.
And no, that's what I'm saying. You'll find people get silver and wiser.
We can't actually know that because of the programming in regards to the full sense of self. And every year you get older. Ultimately, right? Subconsciously and consciously, you tell yourself you are going to die when you get older. That's a program. That's a concept. That's an idea. That's not facts. Because in the spirit realm, we know that there's no such thing as death is.
Yeah.
There is no death. So if there's no such thing as death, how could it possibly be? It can't be. It can't be because it's a concept. If time's a concept, death has to be a concept. And there is no, as we know, there is no healthy perspective on death. Why?
In this society.
So your birthday can only be ultimately something that's negative. Isn't positive. The positive comes in the lack of understanding of what that actual thing is. You get what I mean? You don't actually understand the power of lighting a cake in a circle and wishing. That's out of our thinking of how powerful that type of shit is. And we keep up with the curse every year.
See,
but why though?
For me, like, I always looked at whether it be the cake or anything to do with circles, I've always looked at it different. And I don't even know where that came from, my thought process, but it was just a thing of a circle has no beginning nor end. So it's infinite, isn't it? It's like, so it can't be, if it's death, it's life. If it's life, it's death. If it's old, it's young. It starts, it ends. Like, because even though if you draw it, you may have started at a point, but unless you put like a big dot, once you meet it, if you make a perfect circle, how do you know where it started?
But then even with that, the symbolism behind a cake is death. Because it's not healthy. The sugar within a cake, I mean, what is that? Seizure? Heart attack?
A
tube foaming from the mouth? Even when you eat a cake, I mean, it doesn't look pleasant at any age. Falling to pieces. Like, what once is infinite, cut a slice out of it, what's that?
Missing.
It's missing.
That's what it is, missing.
Never to be seen again. Especially when it's nice. It's like, oh,